Olive, let me preface my sentiments by saying, as we are here, we are all young people, and in the last elections, irrespective of the political formations we were in, all of us were serving in the youth leagues. It therefore means that if this country succeeds, it is in our best interest. And if this country goes to the dogs, we will be the greatest casualties. With that background in mind, I will say that great leaders world over are people who used their words prudently to lift their country out of crisis. Look at FDR and during the time of the New Deal. Look at Abraham Lincoln with his Gettysburg Address. Look at all the great leaders, including the inaugural address of President Kibaki at Uhuru Park when President Moi was handing over to him. Where we find ourselves today, I think the president is missing the point when he chooses to become the complainant on behalf of Chairman Wafula Chebukati. If indeed, and this is my considered view, that if indeed there was an attempt on Wafula Chebukati's life, the prudent thing is that at the earliest opportunity when Wafula Chebukati realized that his life was in danger, he should have launched a reporter to the police so that the police are given a chance to do a thorough investigation. Lapse of time matters, because when there is a long period of time has passed before a complaint is lodged, then there is what in law we call acquiescence. Why did it take Chebukati 6 months to find someone to speak for him in regards to the threat on his life? Chebukati, the day, say, let's make assumptions now, that he feared making these reports, making a report to the police when the previous administration was in office. When the new president was sworn in, and we had a new Inspector General of Police, what stopped Chebukati from lodging a complaint with the police? Because he did not. A right-thinking Kenyan industries would almost want to think that for whatever reason, that there is an attempt to inflame the passions of the citizens of this country to serve political ends. I am of the view again that where we are in, because we find ourselves in a very tight spot economically, we are in a position where as a country we want all hands on the deck. We want the president to have his singular focus in raising this country up from whatever it is, so that, as we had indicated earlier, the young people and the lots of Kenyans who are in what I would call the forgotten corners of this country are then able to smile again. But that will not happen when we have the political class engaging in what I would call, for lack of a better word, asinine political competition. Why do I call it asinine? We have the ruling coalition with the instruments of what I would call the monopoly of violence that can ensure that our country is called to order, making very outrageous allegations without backing it up with a judicial process so that we see where it is headed. If the president was making these allegations when, say, there is an active police file, the matter is actively in court, then the people who are mentioned, even by insinuation, would then have a chance to respond. But you see, when you make these allegations in a presidential function, the people who are imagined to have been the said plotters are then left when Kenyans are thinking, was it so-and-so? Was it so-and-so? And it ends up bastardizing people of this country, civil servants, public officers who have dedicated their life and served this country. And no one serves perfectly. We are all mortal men of flesh and blood, and we will fall short. The second thing is the allegation. Now it brings me to the allegation by the coalition I served in the last election, the Azimio team, when they are saying that they have reports that 57%, that our coalition leader won the election with 57%. The question is, where are they getting this from? And you see, this is coming at a time. So my question is, what is the political end that that statement was seeking to serve? This allegation is coming when the president had just visited Luo Nyanza backyard. Luo Nyanza, which is the one place that opposed President William Ruto most vehemently. With that visit, we was looking at a country that was on the verge of healing itself from the rift that elections comes with, so that we are, for a moment, able to come together as a country and say, let us move forward as one indivisible nation under God, as the president would love to put it. But then you realize that a section of the political class comes out and make these outrageous allegations, which in my view is calculated to inflame the passions of the people from that region called Luo Nyanza, people who are already attempting to have a cordial engagement with the government and the president. It is my considered view that the political class going forward and taking into account the position we are in as a country, that they must conduct themselves, especially the words they say, must be said with prudence and restraint in the interest of the country. Thank you very much.
All right.